I'm going to actually, all right, awesome. We are started. Okay, here we go. So all that stuff being said, good evening, everybody. Lori Hart here, super excited to be with you guys tonight and sharing with you what this amazing packet of powder does that I have in my hand. You've been invited here by somebody who loves you very much because they want you to learn the packet of what's in this packet. What is in this powder that makes it so amazing and special and so different than anything else out there? If you don't know me, I've been sharing and drinking ketones now for over 3.5 years. I started back after I lost 60 pounds, believe it or not, on a strict keto diet. I gained it all back during COVID, and I don't know if you can relate, but I had no energy. I wasn't feeling great. I had been a hairdresser for 30 years. So when you're in that profession, you get things like inflammation, you get things like back aches, neck aches, hand aches, leg aches, all the things, right? So you're on your feet 8 hours a day. And I was just tired, you guys. I had no energy. I was waking up every single day, um, planning a nap. Like literally before I picked my daughter up from school, I would plan a nap. I would set an alarm to make sure I got the nap before I had to go pick her up. If you can relate with that, drop me a 1 in the comments. I felt like a fraud. I felt like I was hiding from my family, like not letting them know that I was napping during the day. But I had to. I had to close my eyes or I couldn't get through the night, right? So, and then what would happen? If I didn't do it, I would end up just grabbing some type of takeout, feeding my family things that I didn't want to because I didn't have the energy to prepare meals and prepare food, right? And I know a lot of people can relate to that. After the day-to-day grind, you're exhausted at night. You come home and you just don't have the energy left to give to your family, right? So I started drinking this packet of powder after I gained back the weight. And for me, it helped so much with my energy, with my focus, with motivation. It helped me have less inflammation. It helped me stop napping. Like I haven't napped in almost 4 years. And the other cool thing is my car has not hit the Dunkin' Donuts in almost 4 years. I was going there 3 times a day to fuel up on what else? Caffeine, right? That's what we're all doing. We're drinking coffee constantly to try to keep up. But the bottom line is when that coffee wears off, you're in a worse place than when you started. So ketones are amazing. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. After I bring on a couple of friends that are going to share their story. Actually, my friend Jessica's here tonight, and I want to bring her on because I know she's been traveling with work and has to get back to the baby. So Jessica, if you could come off of mute and just share your story around ketones, and then I'll explain exactly how these work and why. So hello, Jessica.
Hi, I'm so happy to see you and to be here and with everybody. So I'm Jessica Perry. I've been drinking and sharing ketones for about 14 months now. So for me, before I started drinking ketones, I was working retail. I've been working retail 25 years. I was drinking 3 iced coffees a day and a Red Bull here and there just to kind of get through the day. And every time I would crash, I would get more caffeine. And I still would come home after a long day of traveling and commuting home and be exhausted. One day my daughter said to me, well, she said to my husband, I want mommy to play with me, but I know she's going to tell me like she can't right now. And she was 2 years old. It broke my heart. So I was looking for something to kind of help me, get the pep back in my step, but nothing I did kind of gave me that sustainable energy. So I met Lori at a women's retreat or a business retreat, and she was drinking ketones, and I said, "What's in your bottle? Like you've been so energetic and happy all weekend. Like what is in that water bottle?" And I tell this story all the time that she told me I was going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. So um and I thought she was kidding. And, I can tell now, like in the mornings when I don't, before my ketones, I'm like, okay, like I'm up, I'm together. And then by the time my ketones kick in, I'm so energetic and happy. And people started noticing that I just had a much more of a glow about me is kind of like the general consensus that people said. So I know now, like when I come home from work, I still have the energy to hang out with Quinn, to be there for her, to not be cranky about it. And I can tell a difference in myself if I haven't had my ketones yet in the morning for some strange reason. If I haven't had them yet, I can definitely tell because I don't feel alert. I was having a lot of trouble putting sentences together because of the brain fog. So a lot of it was me just not feeling well and not knowing that I didn't feel well because it just became normal for me. So knowing what I know now and being on ketones for 14 months, I can't imagine not having them because
Yeah.
I just feel so alive. There's no other way to describe it for me. It's just like alive again and
Yeah.
and present in my life.
Yeah, that's awesome, Jessica. Thank you so much for saying that. And that's exactly how I was feeling after I started drinking these is I felt alive and present again. If you guys are feeling that same way, drop a 1 in the comments. And I'd love if you're on here as a guest and you've never tried ketones before, give me a 2 in the comments. I just want to see who is a guest so that I can speak to you next on how this works. Okay, this is a packet of powder. And you mix this with water and you drink it either once or twice a day. Ketones are amazing for all the things that Jessica said, but they're great for energy, focus, better mood, better sleep, easier fat loss, muscle preservation, better digestion, blood sugar control, sleep, so many things. So when I said mental and physical, I mean all of it, right? It works on everything. I'm just going to go into the chat for a second because I had a lot of people tell you. So Jessica, energy, focus, mental clarity, energy, mood, and sleep. Look at these: appetite control, fat burning, energy from Leah, craving suppression, focus, mood, energy from Gay, mood, focus, energy, fat loss, better sleep, craving control, appetite control, inflammation from Heidi. I love all this. Todd has sleep, fat loss, and energy. Todd is down over 100 pounds. Leah on here is down over 30 pounds now. Let's see what else. Focus, energy, and appetite. And like, listen to all these benefits. So most people come to this conversation because they want to lose some fat. But when that happens, you end up staying because of the energy, the focus, the sleep, right? The better mood. So again, these just mix with a packet of water. You mix this packet with some water, you drink it down within 30 to 40 minutes, and your body will be in full-blown ketosis. This is, we're the only company in the world that has bioidentical ketones. That means this is exactly the same thing your body would make if you did the keto diet perfectly, right? And the keto diet is great, but the best part about this is you don't have to do it perfectly. This kind of lets you have the little bumpers or the sides of your bowling alley where you can mess up a little bit and still be in the state of ketosis. All of us were born there. That's our body's preferred state. So this is basically fuel. And when you fuel your body the correct way, you feel amazing. I always tell people it's like pulling up to the gas station in the morning and ordering yourself the best gas that you can put in your car and just going, going, going. So I'm going to bring my friend Nick on here and he's going to explain just a little bit of how to get started. He's going to share his story so you can hear a little bit about his story. It's a little bit different than both Jessica and mine, other than he was exhausted too. So let's hear Nick share his story. He's out there somewhere. I think I see him.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Hey guys, my name is Nick. I live out in Minnesota and I've been drinking and sharing ketones now for the last 9 years. It's crazy. It's been so long. My background is actually flying airplanes. I was a pilot for 11 years and I was actually introduced to ketones through a flight attendant. And as a pilot, I was tired all the time. I was working, weird hours around the clock. And I'd come home from my trips and just not have a lot of energy. So kind of like Jessica was talking about, I'd get home, my 2-year-old at the time, she's 11 now. I'd watch her from my napping position on the floor. When my friend, the flight attendant, introduced this to me, I was super skeptical. I was not looking for weight loss. However, I lost about 15 pounds in the first 45 days. And since then, I've gained about 30 pounds of muscle. But what was neat is I was coming home from my trips, and next thing I knew, I was chasing my kid around. Had energy. My wife would come home on Friday. I'd been with the kid all day. She's looking at me. She's looking at the kids. It's like, what is going on? What are you on? I'm like, ketones, babe. They're amazing. So when I got started, my friend also said to me, she said, Nick, number one, you have to drink this because it's going to help you. And number two, you're going to want to share this with the people that you care about. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? And I'd been part of some other businesses in the past. I've been entrepreneurial. So I was always open. But at the same time, I'd heard a lot of stuff that was too good to be true, and it usually was. And I'm like, this seems it's too good to be true. She's like, this is different. This is different. So I jumped in with both feet. I became a promoter. We're going to talk about the different options that you can start at here in a second. But I just started to introduce it to the pilots I was flying with, to my mom, to my dad, to my sister, all of who have been drinking it for the last 9 years almost. And all of who have just transformed, and it's completely revolutionized their lives. So I became the keto crack dealer at the airline. I was hooking all the pilots up with white magical powder. They were dropping envelopes of cash into my V file. People were happier. They were dropping pant sizes. And it just, before I knew it, it made sense to walk away from that and really focus on helping people with their health and helping people with ketones. So if there's nothing that you get from Like if you're listening to this today, you're like, my energy's amazing, I don't need that. Or you listen to this and you're like, hey, I don't need to drop a few pant sizes. Or like, I'm happy and I have a smile on my face all the time. If none of those are like resonating with you, I want you to think about this, because this is the one thing that is the most impactful but the least experienced that ketones provide. And this is why I make sure, and my parents are religious about drinking their ketones. My dad is 74, my mom's 71, and they're incredibly sharp, and they're sharpening. They're getting sharper in their old age rather than the opposite. Ketones fuel your brain. And if there's no other reason to drink ketones other than you want your brain to be fed so that it stays strong and gets stronger, right? Rather than if you starve a muscle or if you don't move a muscle, what happens to it? It starts to atrophy, it starts to get weak, it starts to go away. As we age, that's what happens. And that's also what happens to our brain, primarily because it can't use the fuel that we're giving it very effectively or efficiently. Ketones pass the blood-brain barrier. They don't require insulin to get into cells, and they fuel the brain. So I just want to share that because I know whenever I talk to people, like, I love all of our benefits. I love the stuff that we experience. But even if you didn't experience ketones, you'd want to drink this every day for the rest of your life so that you can keep this sharp as long as humanly possible. And we call it aging well. You want to be happy. You want to be able to move. You want to be vibrant into your yesteryears. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm just going to walk you through the different options to get started. We have different PowerPoints and different things, but I figured the easiest way just to show you is just to show you the website, because whoever invited you to this call has a website. They're going to send you their link, and you can go there and you can choose the option that's right for you. So I'm going to go through the different options to start. And it starts as a customer, right? We also have a thing called an affiliate. We have another option called promoter, and we have one called coach. So our first option is as a customer. You can become what's called a VIP customer. It's a monthly shipment. And with that, you're going to get a discount on your product. You get an immediate 15% off just for setting that up. You can cancel it any time. And you can also change the products up at any moment. So it's free to start, it's free to stop, and it's easy to stop if you need to. The other thing that's great with that is not only do you get a discount, but you also get the ability to refer friends and get your ketones for free. So at the very least, you probably have 3 people that you care about and that you want to help. Refer them to ketones. They're ordering on a monthly basis like you are. You're going to get the average of whatever they spend credited towards your next SmartShip order. And literally, if you're on here right now as a promoter or an affiliate or a coach, if you get free ketones, type free in the comments. I know we have a handful that are already getting their ketones for free. We literally have hundreds within our community, if not thousands within our community, that don't pay for their ketones each month. So let me just hit the share button here. And there we go. Let's see. Perfect. You should be able to see my screen. Give me a nod, Lori, if you can see my screen. Perfect. All right. So what you're going to do is go to your friend's website, and I'm just going to type it in right here. They're going to send you their website/learn. And when you go to this site, it's really great because there's going to be some videos. If you want to watch some videos to just learn a little bit more about how ketones work, there's actually a free optimization guide that you can download, which is really cool. There's some stories if you want to hear some more testimonials. But if we go to here, get started today, you're going to see a few different options. Now, you're just ready to dip your toe in the water, start with 10. But I'm telling you, you're going to get through those 10, you're going to want 10 more. So you're going to want to keep going. So to at least get 20, if not 30 servings. Now, this option here gives you a discount, and it gives you our Mito Plus, which is an electrolyte. So this really is a great option. 30 servings of ketones and our electrolytes. And then the next option down here is called our All-In. This is for somebody that's ready to really hit the ground running and ready to do what we call our iFast. You might have heard it called the Shred. It's a 5-day protocol that mimics intermittent fasting and really helps you take your lifestyle to the next level. And it's powerful. There's a car driving by me right now that's got some music on. Sorry about that. So those are the different options really to get started. Choose the one that's right for you. There's no wrong way. At the very least, get started. I would encourage you to look at the excited or really jump in with both feet and go for the all-in. Now, the other option that we have is to become an affiliate. And one of the neat things about becoming an affiliate is it's free. There's zero cost to you. You can literally get started with the options that I just shared. But as an affiliate, you actually earn rewards. You earn commissions for referring friends. So as a customer, you can refer friends and get your products for free, right? As an affiliate, it's free to sign up, as you see here. And then you get paid a percentage on all the sales that are happening through your website. So it's a no-brainer. If you're going to refer your mom, dad, your sister, you might as well get paid up to $40 for each box of ketones. $70 if you refer some different products. Like, it just starts to add up, and it's a really fun program and helps put some money in your pocket at the same time. Now, the last option, which likely the person that invited you here got started with this option, it's called as a promoter. And as a promoter, you're joining a community. You're going beyond. Promoters are people that are saying, "Hey, there's better out there. There's a better way to live. There's a better way to a better fuel source for the body, a better way to earn income." And anybody that says, "Hey, I'd love to earn an extra couple $100 a month, right? I'd love to earn an extra $1,000 a month, or more, an extra $5,000 or $10,000 a month," that's the option that people are going with. And with this, you're going to get multiple boxes of our ketones, either 6 with the max pack or 12 with the mega. You can see the prices are $558 or $1,021. You're getting access to this pack as a promoter. The cost to be a promoter is $49 a year. That's the annual membership. And then these packs are discounted. This is discounted 30% off of the retail, and the mega is discounted 36% off. Now, we teach you how to sell through these as trial packs, how to get them into the hands of others. So it's not just for you to drink, but it's to give your mom 5 to try, give your best friend 10 to get started with, give your dad, drop him in the mail, 3 or 4 or 5 servings. And then we also teach you how to take some money for those, so you cover your cost and beyond. And it's a really powerful program. We also have bonuses that you can earn and different things that you can run for. Now, the last option that's not on here is to become what's called a certified coach. And that's somebody who's ready to really take their lifestyle to the next level. That's really ready to learn the information, to start coaching customers, and really support people at a higher level and understanding of the product. So, Lori, I know it's a little bit long-winded. Those are the different options to get started. And I'm excited for Lori to share just a little bit more of her story and her journey with this, because I know many of you are going to resonate. Maybe not specifically with being a hairdresser, although I think we have quite a few that are watching this, or at least watching the recording. But just with her story of how this business has impacted her and how she's taken it kind of by the horns and really starting to impact others with it. So, Lori, back to you.
Thank you so much, Nick. Appreciate you. Okay, guys, so that was awesome. He shared a lot of ways to get started. And the best part about that is that you get to connect with whoever invited you here to kind of go through that again. If you didn't catch it all, it's okay, right? I've been doing a lot of thinking about this because we're all looking for something right now. And it's unfortunate that we start looking for the plan B when we need the plan B, right? But if we started with the plan B before we actually needed the plan B, it just makes more sense. So as a hairdresser, if you're on here and you're a stylist, esthetician, I know we had invited a whole bunch to this call tonight. Think about the things like when you don't work, you don't get paid. And you might not be a stylist, but trading time for money, that's basically what most of us are doing, right? So when a hairdresser takes time off, she's not getting paid. When a hairdresser typically takes a vacation, she's not getting paid. He is not getting paid, either or. When a hairdresser goes out on medical leave because of things like back and hands and arms, they're not typically getting paid. So it was always important to me. I've always had some type of a side business. Like Nick said, he'd always had something on the side because it's just smart business, right? I talk to everybody I know in that chair about either their diet, about their lifestyle, about how tired they are. It's just a conversation that happens super easily behind the hair chair. I'm sure whenever you guys go to see your hairdresser or barber or whoever you see, that's a conversation that you have, right? You talk about, you actually hear in the salon how tired people are. So if you had a solution to offer and you didn't even know it, inadvertently, you're starting your own business right behind the chair. So it's really important, no matter what you're doing this day and age, it's always important to have something else coming in on the side. And if you know that this can help other people, why not share ketones, right? It's as simple as that. We all have the same website, we all have the same videos, and we all have access to great people who want to help us succeed in this business. So I wanted to share that with you guys just to get your mind thinking a little bit, because I was a hairdresser for 30 years. My grandmother was a hairdresser, and now my own daughter is on her feet, just starting her journey at 27. So it's just good food for thought to always think about starting that plan B when you don't really need it, or if you want to just button up your retirement fund, or just have something extra to help with the bills, the college, the kids, the dance recitals, all of that stuff adds up. So it's super duper fun that we have this affiliate program now for free that you can actually earn up to $40 per box of ketones. So anyways, I hope you guys learned a lot tonight. I hope you learned a lot about ketones. I hope you understand a little bit more about how they work in your body. And if you haven't seen the videos yet, get back to the person that invited you. Ask them to watch the campfire video that will explain in a little cartoon how beautifully these work in your body. And then, like Nick said, the first thing to do is start drinking them yourself, right? You don't have to start today to start your own business, move in to be a coach and all that, but just start drinking them. I'm telling you, you're going to light up a certain way. Just like I told Jessica, you're going to be lit up like a Christmas tree, and you're not going to be able to help telling people about what you're doing. So that's the beauty of this. So I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for being here. We'll see you guys again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.